Hello everyone and welcome once again to another edition of the Foolish Fish Esoteric News with your weekly updates on the worlds of esoteric and occult book publishing and arts and events and paraphernalia. We're starting off this week with news from Hetaera Press. Now, a few weeks ago, Hetaera Press made available some pre-orders for Clearing the Waters by Jose Leitao. Clearing the Waters, a monograph on St. Cyprian divination from the 17th to the 19th century, which sounds like a really interesting book, actually. For those of you who may have missed it, in Clearing the Waters, author Jose Leitao collects an extensive corpus of divinatory and sorcerous practices from the records of the Portuguese Inquisition to unravel the mystery of this seafaring incantation and how it's come to be associated with contemporary Cyprian divination. Seems like something very interesting that many people are going to be very interested in. The hardcover pictures are now coming out. Now, it's quite often Hetaera Press also make available paperback editions. They very often come out a little bit later. I wonder what happens if we click on the link over here. This hardcover, by the way, looks really nice. Of course, we're taken to because I'm based in Central Europe, so I'm taken to the European website. Any information? Oh yes, the soft cover right here. All I know is that the hardcover is shipping. It's possible that the soft cover is shipping as well. I'll invite you to do some research on that if you're hoping to pick up the soft cover. However, for this kind of price, I think that the hardcover certainly looks very nice indeed. There we are. All right, news from Quareia. This is just dropped over the past couple of minutes. Quareia Publishing are making, they've been working quite hard. So as you know, Josephine McCarthy is the main driving force behind Quareia. Frater Acher is also involved in Tadehent Books, and it seems that there's going to be a new edition of the Quareia Magician's Cards. So that's really very exciting, and it seems that they are going to be borderless. So I know that many people really love borderless cards, and this is really very exciting news. Oh, those cards are just so cool, aren't they? Really awesome. What else can I tell you? Maybe if we have a look here, we can also find out that the Book of Gates, here we are, the Book of Gates. When we first did the Book of Gates, we were at the beginning of our publishing adventures. We had no clue what we were doing, so we feel it's time to give the book a facelift. So here's the Book of Gates in its old edition, and it seems like it's going to get a new pretty edition, so with nicer layout inside and a prettier cover and so on. So yeah, that's definitely something to look forward to. The Book of Gates was a translation by Josephine McCarthy of this very curious Egyptian magical book. So there we are. Looking forward to finding out more about that and checking out all of that. So that's very cool. All right, moving on to news from Black Letter Press. Al-Kindi's De Radiis, that translation by Scott Gosnell, of course, is now available to pick up directly from the store. It's shipping. I've actually received my copy, so do look out for a review in the very near future. We're already on the second edition. We know that Black Letter Press decided to publish both editions back to back, so that when the first edition, which was going very fast, ran out, the second edition would still be available, and it seems that is what is currently available to purchase. But yeah, I can confirm that it's a beautiful book. I'm looking forward to reading it to be able to actually make the review, right? Yep, great stuff. Moving on to news from Atramentus Press, who have released a mock-up of the upcoming deluxe edition of Ritual Space and the Crooked Path Beyond by Peter Hamilton Giles and Daniel Yates. I'm having trouble with my names today, aren't I? And it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Now, I don't think this is going to be the design on the standard hardcover. This is going to be the design just on the deluxe edition. But yeah, that's always exciting news, isn't it? Atramentus Press's designs are just always bang on the mark. Really very, very cool indeed. All right, moving on to news, or concerning news actually. This is news about Rachel Pollack, who is in hospital, yeah, things are not going very well apparently. So Rachel Pollack is a very, very well loved central figure of modern day tarot. Neil Gaiman regularly consults with her for information on the tarot. She's been very heavily involved in the world of comics. Actually, I believe she's written many books for the Doom Patrol series and so on and so forth. But she's I guess that's what she's mostly known for. But in the esoteric community, she's mostly known for her book 78 Degrees of Wisdom, which is a very well loved complete book on the tarot, and many people who are asked what's the best book to get on the tarot, they're pointed to 78 Degrees of Wisdom. I haven't personally read it. Shame on me, I know, but I've certainly heard of it a lot. And yeah, to find out that Rachel Pollack is not doing well in hospital right now is very worrying. And yeah, this segment, of course, is to point out the book itself, and of course, if you would like to support her in any way, then of course buying her book directly through Red Wheel Wiser bookstore. But of course, her books are available directly through, or not directly, but indirectly through all the other usual channels as well. But I'll link the direct links to Red Wheel Wiser's page down in the description, of course. So yeah, fingers crossed for you, Rachel. Right, moving on to news from Hetaera. I guess I spoke about this already last week, but now the Kickstarter has actually started. I guess it launched a few hours after I released the video last week. So yeah, we're already seeing some of those designs, which is very cool. We can see that it's already funded completely, which is great. Congratulations, Hetaera Setnak. And yeah, you may remember when I reviewed the 72 angel coins, and then the seals of the Greater Key of Solomon. Well, we're now getting the seals of the Archangels. So yeah, there's my video very kindly featured right there, but you can find out a little bit more about those different coins. I think I believe it's 7 coins. 6 of which are from the Grimoire of Armadel, and then there's an additional one. I'm afraid I don't remember exactly which is the one, which Sadkiel. Anyway, which is the one that is coming from another source simply, right? Maybe Tzafkiel rather than Zadkiel. Yeah, Safkiel, I think. All right. There we go. Very, very nice stuff. As you know, Hetaera Setnak's materials are invariably of very high quality, and yeah, I'm sure that many people will be very interested in this one. Right, moving on to another Kickstarter, a very interesting looking one. I'm sure many of you by now have been at least exposed to AI art. It's been a very, very big thing this summer. A couple of really standout art generating artificial intelligences have really shaken the art industry this summer, and this tarot is generated with this AI. I'm afraid I have not looked into exactly which one. Is it Dal-E or is it no, the Wombo Dream? Here we go. I'm trying to think of the one that I was using this summer, but I can't remember the name of it. It's something like Half Journey, but it's definitely not Half Journey. All right, but yeah, having a look at the artwork here, it looks lovely, and I think that artificial intelligence is actually quite ideal for tarot because it seems to be acting like a collective unconscious, and if we have a look at death here, isn't that perfect for death? I think that's incredible. And then let's see if we can find. Oh, so it's a very nice back to the cards there. I'm guessing that that's not AI generated, but it may be. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, that looks very, very cool to me. Very, very cool indeed. The Empress. Hierophant. Yeah, looks very, very nice. Okay, let's have a look at for prices maybe. Complete deck of the Fusion Tarot is $38, so actually a very, very reasonable price. Cool stuff. Okay, let's move on to news from Sphere and Sundry. So this should be launching in the next few minutes. I'll just refresh the page to see if it has launched yet. And no, not quite yet. So you see, this was posted yesterday, and it says it's going live to the public tomorrow, Thursday. But of course, I'm in Central Europe, and Caitlin Kopok is from Sphere and Sundry, of course, is based in the States, and there's a definite time difference there. So I expect in a couple of hours' time. At the time that I'm recording this, of course, so members, you may still need to wait 1 or 2 hours before this goes public. It's currently only available to Sphere and Sundry Plus members, excuse me. Maybe something to look into if you like Sphere and Sundry's incredible talismanic and talismanic materia, but yes, most of you watching at the time my video goes live to the general public and not just to my members, then you should be able to click on the link just below, and that this should be live. So the new materia are based on Venus, so it's exalted Venus. It's like Venus-y Venus, and it looks great, as it always does. Sphere and Sundry's talismans are just invariably extraordinary and very powerful, very, very powerful, very tangibly powerful, which is very, very cool. I mean the pink glitter heart is a very let's say on the nose recognizable label for this new series for sure. It looks very beautiful. Yeah, I guess the Plus members, the Sphere and Sundry Plus members, are probably the ones who get in early and manage to get the actual pendants and the altar box sets, but yes, all of these materia, and I can actually say confidently that if you buy one of these items, it lasts for a very long time, because you only need a little bit anytime you're using it. So if you've got just a little vial of oil, it can last you several years. So you don't need to worry about that. Very nice, very, very nice indeed. All right, let's move on to news from David Chaim Smith, who has announced that he's going to be offering, we don't quite know a date yet, but he's going to be offering 4 talks on the rare discipline of esoteric cartography. Now, as you know, David Chaim Smith produces very, very beautiful books which go quite deep into Kabbalistic non-dualism, but from a non-emanationist perspective. And all of his books are accompanied by his esoteric maps, these designs that he shares with us, right? So he experiences them in a meditative state, I suppose, and he then puts them on paper so that we can work it all out, right? And he calls this esoteric cartography, and he is going to be, for the very first time, talking about this quite precisely in 4 talks. I'm guessing that it's going to be in the relatively near future, but yes, I think that many people are, as you can see already, just below the post, which I'll link down below, of course. People are getting very excited about this. I think just the concept of esoteric cartography is so wonderful, and I'm sure that hearing David Chaim Smith talk about it himself is going to be a great experience. Okay, and of course we're just waiting for the new edition of the 32 Keys. If you have missed my previous news videos, the 32 Keys is getting a second edition and is just on the brink of being released. So watch out for that. I'm guessing in the next, in the very, very near future, right? If not next week, in the next few weeks. Okay, news from the Blackthorne School. This very popular course, Modern Hetaera, is relaunching, and the registrations are currently open. The course begins on September 19th, so you've got 3 or 4 weeks right now to get signed up. Let me see. Oh yeah, just underneath here we've got a link directly to the course itself. I'll just come back here while we wait for that to load. I don't know what's wrong with my internet today, but it's Cosmic Modern Hetaera, which can enhance your existing path or form a holistic approach of its own, from body and dream work over ancestor veneration to erotic magic and sacred sexuality. This 8-week class will enable you to manifest your Hetaera persona, merge your magical and mundane lives, integrate sexuality and eroticism in your magical work, and much more. Now I'm 100% certain that that's going to be of great interest for many watchers. Yeah, go over here and check out Jessica's introductory video. Jessica, who's actually going to be at Occulture. Let me just skip over to Occulture. Here we go. We'll talk about Dr. Cummins in a moment, but yeah, the full lineup is now available. Occulture happening in Germany. I believe it's Berlin. All the details, of course, are on the website over here. Some great names coming up, and I was just spotting Jose Gabriel Alegría Sabogal and Dr. Stephen Skinner. David Beth is also going to be there. I'm not going to scroll down too much because there's some not safe for YouTube images, unfortunately. No, nothing crazy, just you know how YouTube's algorithm is. So, but yes, if you're going to be in the area of Germany in October, then I believe there are still, at the time of the last newsletter, there were 10 tickets. They were calling them adept tickets remaining, and I think that they get more and more expensive as you get closer and closer to the event itself. So yeah, probably best to get your tickets early if you're hoping to go. And then, Dr. Alexander Cummins, the source book, Scott's Discovery of Witchcraft course series. Scott's Discovery of Witchcraft, of course, is quite central to our current understanding of sorcery, of Western sorcery, of Western witchcraft. Of course, it was originally written as a way of saying, this isn't anything that you need to be concerned about. This is this clearly can't work, and so on and so forth. This is the kind of things that witches are doing. It was written in support of the witches who were being persecuted in the 16th century. But in the process of showing how inoffensive and how impossible for these rituals to have any kind of effect, he actually described many of the rituals, and it then became a very popular source book for witchcraft thereafter. So I'm sure that Dr. Alexander Cummins is going to give us some great insights. It's going to be a 3-part course series. And Dr. Cummins' classes are very well thought of. I haven't taken one yet, but I understand that they are of great value, of great quality. And having read some of Dr. Cummins' books, I can certainly believe that. Looks very interesting indeed. There we are. So if you're interested in Western witchcraft, that's definitely going to be one for you. All right, and finally, my game of the week is on Circus grounds. I think last week I was talking about a pop-up haunted house, which you had to work out some kind of mystery out of. Well, this is a similar situation, it seems. It's based on a 19th century circus situation. We can see a few tarot cards actually down here, and some really cool 19th century artwork, some Victorian flavor. So the idea, of course, is that you receive all of this material, and you have to work out what the mystery is, and using, well, the internet, I suppose, you work out what the clues are. It just looks really very, very cool. I think that if you're into escape rooms and what was that game? It was Sherlock Holmes. I can't remember the name of the game, but I've played a few of such games, and they're very immersive. They're great fun, and this seems to really be taking it to the next level with the quality of the materials. It was Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, I think it was. I think I even made a review of it back in the very, very early days of my channel. It became a little bit samey after a while, but this is just one complete story with lots of different cool bits. It looks really nice. The price also seems about right, actually. You can, if you're just wanting a little taster, a little bit of flavor, you can just buy the epilogue. If you want the full story, then it's right here, as you can see, $42 or 41 euros. And if you want both together, then it's 62 euros. You actually get a few additional bits with this version. There we go. If you really want to push out the boat and get a wooden box to fit it all in, and a little enamel pin from the looks of things, then there we go, 82 euros, $84. There we are. That's my news for today. Thank you, as always, for joining me. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you really enjoy these videos and want to really support the channel, then I have a Patreon. It's all linked down below. You can also send me a super thanks, which is always really appreciated. Yeah, I guess I'll see you very soon with another video. Take care of yourselves, and see you around. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.